Hi, my name's John Wiseman, and this is Johnny Reacts. So I want to continue learning about Band-Maid, so I've decided to watch one of their documentaries, and this one is about the lead singer, Saiki. Now, this has been done by a guy called, I think his name's Ohrenje. Now, I'm not really sure, maybe pronouncing it wrong. Anyway, I did send him an email asking for permission to do this, but he's not messaged me back, so it might not be up on YouTube for very long, so we'll just have to see how it goes. A lot of people said it should be okay, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, it's about 30 minutes long, and I'm probably going to be stopping and starting a little bit. So if you want to get yourself comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea, we can sit down and relax and watch this together. Anyway, let's get on with it. Breaking news gate. Saiki.
Welcome to Kofu, the capital city of Yamanashi Prefecture, where Saiki was born on February 8th. Known for its proximity to Mount Fuji and its grapes and wines, Yamanashi is mostly covered by forests. This is the beautiful landscape where Saiki spent her childhood with her mother and stepfather, as her parents are divorced. Her mother was born and raised in Osaka, and Saiki describes her as a person who doesn't hold anything back and could be very aggressive. Her stepfather wasn't really a father figure in Saiki's education, as her mother took responsibility for this role as well. Saiki was a very shy child who couldn't leave her mother's knees, but forced herself to go to school anyway.
Bit like me.
As her mother loved to drink with her friends, Saiki spent a lot of time in bars called izakaya, a snack bar in Japan where you can drink a lot and talk loud. Try to picture a shy young girl eating dinner in the middle of a group of her mother's friends while they drank alcohol. Saiki had a very funny and lively childhood.
It's interesting. Sorry to stop it, but it's kind of interesting. A lot of people that are very creative and have got a lot of ambition to achieve something in life quite often don't have like a normal kind of upbringing. There's normally something that's not quite the norm. And it seems like that she didn't have a father figure, and maybe that was a bit difficult, and her mum took her to adult-orientated places. And quite often we kind of think, well, that's a shame, that's sad. But she's probably learned a lot of life skills by doing that, and learned probably a lot, maybe more than just being sheltered. It's just an interesting point, I think.
She spent a lot of time singing at the karaoke, as her mother kept asking her to sing various types of songs. Songs to cry to, like Nada So So by Rimi Natsukawa. Or more poppy songs like Butterfly by Koura Kumi.
Funny. I recognize this video, and the reason why I recognize it is because I've had a couple of Japanese girlfriends in the past, and one of them was very much into karaoke. And it's actually in London that we went to karaoke. We went into, I don't know what part of London now, I can't remember, but we went to London, and it was like stepping through the doors into like Japan, because the shop we went into was completely Japanese. The lady behind the counter was Japanese and didn't even speak hardly any English. And then we went into this very small karaoke place with little small booths, and we put on some songs. There wasn't a lot of songs that I could sing, to be fair. And I can remember this song, and I couldn't remember the name Butterfly, but the video, it just brought back memories. And it was one of the songs that she sung. Interesting.
At first, Saiki sang because she was asked to. But after being praised by her mother and her friends, Saiki kept singing again and again, learning more songs and listening to different types of music. Listening to Koda Kumi led Saiki to discover Namie Amuro, a famous Japanese singer, dancer, and model who's been referred to as the queen of Japanese pop. Saiki became a huge fan of Namie Amuro and decided to take dancing lessons when she was around 8 or 9 to become just like her idol. She talked about the kind of Namie fan she was in the second episode of the radio show called Band-Maid Nippon, a 20-minute regular radio show that aired during the pandemic on Nippon Broadcasting System, a sister company of Band-Maid's label Pony Canyon.
私の人生を変えた一曲は安室奈美恵さんのファンキータウンです。
ああ、もうね、サイちゃんといえばっていうぐらいこう
そうだね。
ね、
安室奈美恵さん
大好きだったね。
大好き。
もう、だって
私の神様だと思っています。
すごかったんだから安室さんが引退を発表した時
恥ずかしい。
もう忘れられないあれはバンドメイドのツアー直前のゲネ最終の投資リハーサルみたいなのをやってる時にお昼のニュースかなんかで確か流れたんですよね。で練習というかリハーサル中のちょっとした休憩の合間時間にそのニュースを見たサイちゃんは椅子普通に座ってたのに崩れ落ちたからね。
座ってたのにね。
座ってたのに立ってたわけじゃないのに崩れ落ちて叫んだから。
叫んだ。
みんなでどうしたのって
めっちゃ嘘だー。
そうでちょっともう半泣きなんですかね。で
泣いて
た。でごめんなさいもう今日はできませんって
やったよ。やったけど一旦もうちょっと私今日はもうできないですって10分は休ませてもらった。
そうだね。ちょっと一旦それでがっつり休憩にしましょうって
ちょっと気持ちの整理させてください。
もう本当に崩れ落ちてたとね。
そうぐらい好きなんです。安室奈美恵さんのことが。はい。
Interesting. Just stop for a second. It's interesting to me that many bands, like metal bands, where they get their influence from is not just from metal; it's from all different kinds of genres of music, and especially when they're young, it's quite rare for a child to get into metal music straight away. Some do, but quite often not. The first kind of inspiration comes from kind of pop music. And that obviously then can go into, if they start, doing metal, they can get influenced. I had a friend of mine who was very much influenced by classical music. He was a rock musician, well, a metal musician, but he was very much influenced by classical. And he used to be able to play the piano, classical piano. So it's interesting that this band, by the sounds of it, pull from many different influences, and I think that's cool. I think bands shouldn't be closed. They shouldn't. If you're a metal band, you shouldn't just listen to metal. You should listen to lots of different genres of music, because it'll help you. It help you create better songs, I think.
Saiki's mother often asked her to audition, but at that time, Saiki thought it would be impossible for her to pass an audition and actually become someone who can sing and dance like her idol, Namie Amuro. And then one special day, on her birthday, Saiki asked to go to Tokyo to take a look at life in the big city. It was during this trip to Tokyo that Saiki was scouted by a talent agency named Rising Production. But it was not just any talent agency. Rising Production also managed Namie Amuro. At first, Saiki worked as a model. You can see pictures from a photo shoot she did with Jimmy Ming Shum in November 2012.
It's beautiful.
Then, she was asked about what she would like to do. Of course, Saiki brought up singing. So, she took singing lessons. The agency also asked her about acting lessons, and even though she wasn't really interested in acting, she agreed in order to have more opportunity in the future. When she was in high school, Saiki traveled between Yamanashi and Tokyo on the weekend for her singing lessons. She was on the right path to become a professional singer and dancer.
This looks like where I live.
Through those singing lessons, Saiki learned a lot about how to sing properly, louder, and also how to move while singing. When you sing, it's important to express yourself with gestures, but Saiki was still very shy. She used to sing while standing still. But the years of dancing lessons did give Saiki a good sense of rhythm, and those singing lessons helped her to overcome her shyness. Saiki started to show signs of the strong, confident, and mesmerizing singer that we know of today. A lot happened in Saiki's life since her trip to Tokyo. After joining Rising Production, Saiki was scouted by Platinum Passport during one of her singing lessons. This is when she decided to move to Tokyo to focus on her career. Saiki appeared briefly in a commercial for Taisho Pharmaceutical. You can also see her dancing in a music video for the singer May J. Saiki was an actress in the B team of Go Jet Go Go Zero, a musical comedy where she played the role of Meg, the sister of the lead character. She was in the cast between June 26th and July 3rd, 2013. That's not all. Between August 13th and 19th, Saiki performed in a play called Night of the Blue Moon, where she had the role of a nurse. Saiki has always been a fan of trains, which is pretty common in Japan. She likes to take photos and visit museums like the Kyoto Railway Museum, where she went in 2016.
In Japan, I've got some
Saiki considers
fabulous
herself amongst
trains.
the photographers when it comes to talk about train enthusiasts. There is also something else that's very present in Saiki's daily life, and it's the only other topic you can see on her X account: the Japanese baseball team, Hanshin Tigers.
She's into
Saiki
baseball.
is a huge fan of this team. And
Stop for a second. I was never into baseball. I was. I am from the UK, so we don't really have baseball there. Obviously, I know of it. But I got into baseball coming to Japan, and I went to see a Yokohama Bay Stars. And I'm telling you what, even if you're not interested in baseball, if you go to Japan, go to a baseball match, a big game if you can. It is amazing. Japanese fans just go this one step beyond. It was, even if you're not even interested in what's going on the I don't know what you call it, on the, I don't know what you call it, the field. Even if you're not interested in that, it's just amazing to see everything that goes on. Japanese fans get so into it. The atmosphere is amazing. It's pretty cool.
she supported them for a long time. She reposts every victory, and sometimes she just posts about them. She even talked about the Hanshin Tigers on the radio with a show she hosted with Miku in 2021.
2025年にですね、阪神タイガースの2軍の本拠地が現在の鳴尾浜球場から小田南公園へと移転されます。知ってました？
知らなかったです。
メイン球場は3階建てで、すごい。客席は約3600席。内野は黒土、外野は天然芝です。頑張れ阪神タイガースという私の気持ちです。
なるほど、お気持ちありがとうございます。
If you really follow Saiki on Instagram, you know that she loves taking photos, where she poses with various types of clothes, along with photos of her shoes and nails. Talking about shoes, you can find videos of Saiki showing a room full of sneakers in a series called Maid's Room, available for Omesu-sama members.
She really does remind me of that. When I was back in the UK, I used to teach this group of, they were in the 19s or 20s, a group of Japanese students. There were boys and girls, and there was this one girl there who looks very similar to her, and has similar tastes, was very into fashion and nails. A lot of Japanese women really go, well, I think younger women really go for these extravagant, beautiful nails. She's reminded me of the student I used to teach. Very similar.
Saiki is also one of the main models when it comes to feature Band-Maid clothes for the official website. On July 24th, 2013, a rock band called Band-Maid performed for the first time at Otsuka Deepa in Tokyo. This band consisted of 4 members: Kanami on guitar, Akane on drums, Misa on bass, and Kobato Miku, the founder of the band, on vocals. Band-Maid performed 2 more times at Shibuya Milky Way on August 13th and at the Vunos in August 16th, before realizing that Miku's voice alone wouldn't be enough for her band. The management started to look for a lead vocalist within the agency. The profile of a young new talent who'd moved from Yamanashi came up.
Sorry to stop again, but it's like, this is the moment where I wish I could discover bands. It's when they're small and you can go to those very small venues where, you know, you're so close to the band. I mean, it's marvelous seeing a band grow and then go to this kind of legendary status that they're becoming. But it's really nice to see and have that first-hand experience of seeing them grow, you know, of actually going and being a fan at the start to what they become. I think that would be very cool.
She had taken dancing lessons for a few years along with singing lessons from her previous and current agency. She'd also done some acting here and there, but she always wanted to become a professional singer. Her name was Saiki. Saiki was first contacted because her profile fit what the band was looking for. She was asked to come sing and listen to the songs planned for the band without being informed that she would have to perform in a special outfit. On Saiki's first audition, none of the members were there, only the agency president, songwriters, and manager. They explained the project in detail, but Saiki was really skeptical about the maid outfit. She listened to the music written for the band, and even though she really liked it, Saiki was not really sure if she could sing these kinds of songs. But the management team told Saiki her voice was great and was a perfect fit in the band. As she wanted to sing more and was ready to participate in any audition that could offer her a job in this area, Saiki accepted the offer and officially joined Band-Maid.
Bassist is just pure brilliant.
Saiki still had to meet the other 4 members, but she didn't meet them all at once.
4人同時じゃなくて徐々に会っていく感じだったんですけど、最
Interesting.
初は茜だったかな。彼女についてはとにかく明るい人という印象で、すごく明るくて素敵と思いましたね。なんで最初に茜と会ったかというと、私の最初の衣装を作ることになった時、当時はみんなと似たようなメイド服の衣装だったんですけど、彼女の衣装を元に作るのがバランス的にいいだろうということになったみたいで、お互い身長も一緒だし体重も近かったので 一回これを着てみてみたいな感じで、まず茜の衣装を着てみたんです。それでここをちょっと直せばいけるねみたいな感じになってすぐにできたんですよ。ただ私その時点ではまだそれがメイド服だって分かってなかったんです。というかエプロンとか小物がないとただの黒いワンピースに見えるわけですよ。しかも袖がない、いわゆる可愛い感じの衣装じゃなかったんですね。ただなんかフレアの幅が広いよなぐらいには思ってましたけどそして後日衣装ができたら付属品みたいなのがいろいろついてきて、それをつけてみたらメイド服やんと気づいて、そこで改めて小鳩とか金見の衣装を見て、バンドメイドのメイドってそれなのねってようやく理解したんですそれはどうあれ、とにかく茜の第一印象はいろいろ親切にしてくれる明るいお姉さんでした。次に会ったのがミサで、彼女とはなんとなく気が合うんだろうなみたいな感じがして、好きそうなものが似てそうだよなと思いました。初めて会ったのは5人での初お給仕の前日、スタジオでのリハーサルの時でした。そこでみんなとはじめましてよろしくお願いしますみたいな。その時の休憩時間にミサと話したのかな。彼女は人見知りなんだろうなってすぐ分かりました。自分と似た匂いを感じたからなんですけどだからなかなか会話が始まらないんです。茜の場合はすごく気を使ってくれるというか、人見知りを察知するのが早いんです。だからすぐに話を振ってくれるんですよ。放っておくと私は喋らないから、最近はどう思うみたいに、本当に優しい人だなと思いましたね。そしてミサに対しては、この人もめちゃくちゃ人見知りだ、気持ちはわかるぞーと初対面の時はちょっとした挨拶程度だったんですよ。お疲れ様ですみたいな話をしたのはレコーディングの時だったんですけど、私にとってはスタジオ見学のようなものだったので、レコーディングってそうやるんですねとか話していた気がします。第一印象としては目の大きな人だなってしばらくするととても真面目できちんとした人なんだなと気づかされました。何かの時にさようでございますかって言葉が聞こえてきて、そんな言葉遣いする人これまで私の周りにはいなかったぞと、めちゃくちゃ丁寧な感じで働き慣れてる人みたいなイメージがありました。社会人っぽいというか、真面目な学校に通ってたのかしらという印象でしたね。初めて会ったのはそのリハーサルスタジオの時なんですよね、きっと。私が正確に覚えてないだけかもしれないけど実際本当に私が覚えてないだけみたいで、去年本人からその前に佐伯を見てるよって言われて怖っと思って
Really interesting. She is very much like my personality. Shy. Okay, I can't speak when I need to speak. When somebody speaks to me, I do speak up. But I'm actually quite shy and reserved. And so the way that she's describing herself kind of reminds me of me, except I haven't got her looks and I haven't got her talent. Oh well. Shit her luck, didn't I?
知らないうちに影からオーディションされてたんだって。マネージャーと一緒にちらっと見に行ったことはあったんだよと。そりゃそうですよね。身なりぐらいは見ておかないと。私的にはお給仕前日のスタジオで会った時が初遭遇だったんですけど、その時はなんかちっちゃい子が来たなと思って、これまた私の学校にはいなかったタイプだなとその時点で思いましたもん。何この5人ってなんでここにこの5人が集まってるのって最初から疑問でした。今も疑問最初小鳩に対してはキャラ強って思いましたね。濃ゆいなこの人、独自のキャラがもうすでにあるって。他の3人についても 癖強めというか濃いめだとは思っていて、でも同時に私自身はもっとそう見られているんだろうなと思っていたので、最近になってそのことを言いました。絶対そう思ってたでしょってみんな素直に認めてましたマジで無理って思ったとか言ってましたね、コバトは。マジでどうしようって悩んだよって
These 5 members are really unique and really different, but they all became very close friends over the years. Although, it was not that easy for Saiki. Saiki has a very shy personality, so it was hard for her to open up and talk to her new bandmates. From the beginning, Akane already knew Kanami and Misa, so there was a connection between those 3. Miku, being very friendly and sociable, had no trouble fitting in with the new trio. But when Saiki joined Band-Maid, the other 4 had already performed live and spent time together. So for someone as timid as Saiki, it took a while to fit in. She gave her opinion when asked, but the communication was very limited during the first months. Saiki also had a lot to learn as a lead singer, as she had no experience when it came to concert setup or even singing on stage with a band. She didn't know how to wrap her mic cable or do a mic check, and even what a joint concert was. Of course, she went to a lot of concerts, but only for that one band she wanted to see before leaving the venue. Saiki also struggled to sing with all the noise of her bandmates' instruments on stage, as she didn't wear in-ear monitors when she started to sing with Band-Maid. Saiki performed her first concert with Band-Maid on August 22nd at Shibuya AX in Tokyo.
Wow, that's old footage. So cool.
Right after this concert, Saiki got rid of the apron that was attached to her outfit. It took about 6 months for Saiki to get used to being in a band and learn how to manage her setup for the concerts. This timing was perfect because on February 8th, 2014, on Saiki's birthday, Band-Maid performed their first one-man concert.
It's much better without the apron. Makes her stand out a little bit.
After the success of Thrill, Band-Maid played more concerts, and Saiki found herself singing more than she was prepared for.
I have to listen to that
Even though
song.
she took singing lessons for a few years, Saiki's vocal technique was still very limited. And during her debut, she wasn't as cautious about how she sang. Around the time Band-Maid recorded Alone, Saiki was being helped by a vocal coach to improve her singing skills, but it was already too late. Between 2015 and 2017, her throat suffered to the point where her voice became half as powerful as it was when she joined Band-Maid. At one point, she couldn't even record an entire song the same day. She had to rest a few days between takes to ensure that she didn't lose her voice for good. Even forced to speak in whispers for a while and used her voice only for singing.
Must be a very difficult
by the
time
idea
for her.
of having to rely on surgery, she tried everything to avoid it, but finally realized that she would not be able to sing anymore if she waited any longer. In the summer of 2017, she finally gathered her courage and went through with vocal cord polyp surgery. Saiki was completely without a voice for a week, and then she wasn't allowed to sing for a month right after the surgery. She
Best
wrote a
thing she
tweet
could
to
have done.
reassure everyone who'd been following her. With the help of her vocal coach, who had experience with this kind of surgery and a lot of training. Saiki is now able to sing even better than before and has improved her technique while learning how to properly care for her voice. You can see Saiki taking care of her throat during MCs when she's drinking loquat syrup, or even after the show, where she's using a stainless steel ice bottle to keep her throat cool. Saiki's voice changed a lot over the years, always improving, becoming more powerful with a wider range.
Got an impressive voice now, that's for sure.
There are always more to do in a band than just play your instrument. There's writing songs, lyrics, and being involved in the whole process. Saiki wrote lyrics here and there along with Miku since the release of Band-Maid in 2016. But she's started to write more by herself, as she's the one who's credited for lyrics on Corellium. Hate.
I love this song.
And Maji. Saiki actively participates in other activities around Band-Maid, like helping design clothes and giving ideas for the covers of Band-Maid CDs.
Cool.
At
She's
first,
a creative person.
Miku was the spokesperson of the band. Well, Saiki used to stay in the background. Miku was the one who talked the most during media appearances and put on a show during MCs. But since the pandemic, Saiki took a step forward and became, with Miku, part of the front image of Band-Maid. They talked together during the Band-Maid Nippon radio show and all other radio appearances. Saiki has also become more active during MCs and started to talk from her heart with the fans. After a time, Saiki came to realize that of all the maids, she had the best view of the stage, as she was free to roam as she focused on her singing. Saiki was the one who started to talk to the other members about moving around the stage, interacting more with the crowd, and making each concert even more special.
常に驚かせたいっていうのがありますね。ハッとさせられたり、ゾクッとさせられたりっていうのは本気の生理現象だと思うし、そういうのを伴った時の方が記憶に残るんじゃないかなと思っていて、だから結局自分たちのことが相手の記憶に残っていってほしいのかな。忘れないでほしいというか、一回見たらもう忘れられないねみたいな、そういうのを目指しているところがあるのは確かですね。
Saiki changed a lot with Band-Maid, compared with the shy girl she was when she visited Tokyo for the first time. Scouted on that day by the same agency who managed her idol to become a model and being able to take singing lessons. And then scouted a second time during those lessons by another agency to develop more talents. Saiki performed in a few plays to end up joining an all-female rock band, playing songs far from her repertoire in an outfit that she never really liked. She had to learn everything from scratch to move towards her goal of becoming a professional musician. This shy young girl, who never thought that she could sing and dance for a living, became a confident, talented lead singer with an insane stage presence. Saiki changed so much that even those close to her, including herself, don't even recognize her when she's on stage. Saiki seized an opportunity and took the best of it to evolve into a new version of herself. Surrounded by the best group of friends, she managed to rise to a point where she never thought she could reach. But this ascent is far from over. Saiki and her bandmates have the energy to climb over any mountain in their way, no matter how high. In the end, and against all odds, Saiki is the perfect fit for Band-Maid, the last piece of this miraculous puzzle whose voice resonates across the world.
Beautiful voice. That was cool. Made me feel emotional. Cool, proper narrator. Very well done documentary. Ohrenje. Wow. Very cool documentary. I was expecting something good, but I didn't expect it that good. He's done a really good job at doing this. I'm saying he, I don't even know if it is a he. They have done a very good job of doing that documentary. And I think it's really nice to see where they came from. Not just the start of the band and see them progress from when they first were band members, but going back and seeing where she came from childhood is pretty cool. And I saw many things that were similar with my own personality with her. And what interests me is she is like a lead singer, but she was shy. And it's funny how many people who are shy often go into these kind of jobs, singers, actors, dancers, because many shy people have got that kind of, what do you call it? Like they have a passion and emotional. I think emotional is the best thing. Like many shy people have got a lot of emotion, and people who have got a lot of emotion are best off in the arts, best off being singers and dancers and, you know, actors, performers. I'm not saying everybody like that is, but quite often people who are shy go into the performing arts. It's quite interesting. So it's really lovely to see her struggles. You know, it makes her more human and makes you root for her even more to know that she had struggles with her voice and with just her own confidence. And to see her progress into the beautiful singer that she is now, it's just really nice to see. It's also good to see how she interacts with the other band members. Again, it's really cool for fans of the bands to actually see that closeness that they've got together. It's really cool. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a really good documentary, and I'm really looking forward to watching the others, which I'll hopefully do maybe 1 or 2 this coming weekend. Anyway, please let me know in the comments what you thought. And yeah, we'll see you next time. That was so cool. I really enjoyed that.